This government meeting is brought to you by Eastworks and our local cable subscribers.
The meeting to order at 5 o'clock. I don't know why I talk like that. It's really like because I'm interested. Call the meeting to order at 5 o'clock. Okay, so I think the first order of business is we need to approve our minutes. I know that Jonathan, you sent us minutes.
I did not send you.
No,
minutes.
it was not you. Sorry, it was Nathan. Sorry, I meant Nathan. You sent us minutes for not the last time, but the time before that.
No, I sent both.
But as of last night, it was the time.
It was the May 5th meeting was last night, and I just sent you the April 28th minutes. Right.
Do we want to just quickly review the April 28th minutes, Jonathan, or
Very short.
because I know you
I've definitely not had a chance to look at them.
No.
but
So
what
do you want to
you-
skip this?
You could do it at the end. I have it.
I mean, I think of minutes largely as like a procedural thing, and if it's not 100%, like I don't think of it as. I'm comfortable voting whether or not I've
Okay.
actually read through them.
So let's call for a vote. Or would someone make a motion to approve the
I'll
minutes?
move to approve the minutes for May 5th.
Second,
Second. And we have another date too, right?
April 28th, which I
Yeah.
sent.
So I will move to approve the minutes for May 5th and April 28th.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Great, so the minutes are approved. Public speak time. We do not have anybody here in the room with us, and we do not have anybody on the call. So we will move past public speak time. New business. We do not have any new business. Continuing an ongoing business. The quarterly review of public safety departments. Ryan is supposed to be here. The agenda was posted as 6 p.m. I invited him for 5, but then he had it in his calendar for 6 because of how it was posted. So, I emailed him back just very shortly ago to confirm that. So I don't know if he's going to make it to the meeting today, but
Fair enough.
we can go back to him if he gets there right here. We're going to, is it okay? Do we need a motion to move past the traffic rules? I don't think we do. We're gonna move past that for now. And move past the roadway infrastructure and pedestrian safety items. Unless you would want to bring that up right now, Nathan.
You want to go to the e-bike ordinance? Is that what you're saying?
Let's do roadway infrastructure and pedestrian safety items, because I know you have some stuff, right?
Okay, yeah, you guys will all see, that I put in an action request for a stop sign to be added, but that'll be at next.
Okay.
Otherwise, I don't have anything more to add this evening.
Okay, great. So our new business should actually read as old business. So it's actually old business. The action request for the general ordinance amendment. So a couple updates on this. The trail has new signs that have been just posted in the past few days. Are you guys aware of that?
The trail, like
The
the bike.
Manhattan Trail.
Okay.
So it's not for all of the bike trails, I suppose, in Easthampton, but the major one has new signs.
I don't mean to interrupt you. I just want to make sure Gemini is taking notes, right? Is showing that?
Let me make sure.
It is, right. Okay. Sorry for interrupting.
Oh, it's okay. So, yes, so the Manhattan Rail Trail Committee does a lot of fundraising for the trail. They have also worked to put up signs, etiquette signs, they call them. So Bamba LaBombard is in charge of that. And she had reached out to me last, I guess, month or so, saying that they had pretty much finalized the signs. They were needing to order them. At the end of the year, kind of have to get it ordered for whatever reason. And she was concerned about the bike ordinance not matching up with what the signs said. So she sent me a copy of what the sign had said. And I told her that we weren't going to have it done by the time they wanted to order. So they had a meeting that had been coming up. They wanted to order the signs. They wanted to finalize this. I said, we're just not going to have it done in time. But what they had put for the signs seemed in general like neutral enough and just broad enough, and like basically in line what I think we were thinking, that they decided to go ahead and get the signs anyway. So they have posted those signs.
Can I ask a question?
Yes.
So my understanding of the ordinance, especially after, reviewing the edits, this is largely speaking to E-Moto,
Yes.
almost exclusively, except for the definitions, kind of referencing class 1 and class 2.
Exactly.
It's also prohibiting class 3 from the rail trail.
Right.
So
what
it seems like they're kind of talking about two different things anyway.
Well, the thing I want to point out that she pointed out to me, and the part that she wanted to make sure was what we were going with. This is a really important part, was that it would be class 1 and class 2 bikes are allowed on the trail. So that is what the sign says. It says class 1 and class 2. So I guess I'm saying all of this because I think, if you recall at the last meeting, I was feeling kind of this sense of urgency that we take care of this, because I was feeling some pressure around timelines and whatnot. But that timeline pressure has passed anyway. So I don't feel so much pressure to get this done tonight.
Mhm.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Does that make sense?
Mhm.
So I guess what I'm saying is we can take our time a little more on this. And I also was not able to do the editing and the putting things in from the new, remember there was a new
Yes, the right
law
safe act.
introduced, yes, for the new bill. I did not get to do that yet, so that is something I still need to do. So I wanted to update you both on that situation. Do you guys have any comments?
No, I read through it. So I've been reading through it. I arrived fairly early. Let's see, bike ordinance. No, it looks like you've done a good job. I just want to actually put it in 9 minutes, but we're going to. Okay, class 1 and class 2 we're basically not going to touch, correct?
Correct.
And then everything else, I see that you moved.
There's still a lot to do.
Yeah, you scrubbed the term e-bike and added e-moto.
Yeah, but now I have to go back and probably scrub that, because I think the terminology, we landed on this last time, I think, correct me if I'm wrong, that the terminology in the bill might be slightly different. So we were going to go through and match our terminology to the bill.
Okay.
So I haven't been able to go through and do that yet. That's the piece that I still have to do. One of the pieces that I still have to do. Do you guys recall us talking about that?
Yes.
That all sounds reasonable regardless of my memory.
Okay.
I do remember that. So with this being said, the pressure is kind of off.
Yeah.
is kind of come and gone. When are you thinking that you would like to spit this out to full council about when? Would it be in July or August or?
Let me think for a second. So we're going to pass the budget before July 31st. And then we'll have one meeting scheduled for July 8th, I think.
Yes, there's one meeting in July.
Will we meet, but today's June 3rd.
Yes.
Unless we meet July 1st.
I know.
can't meet
No,
July.
I don't mean us. I mean the full council.
I can't meet
Well,
that.
that's right. I mean, when is the meeting in July?
I think it might be July 1st. That's the first Wednesday. That's our schedule, right?
I don't know.
No, it's on the city
I think it's the
website.
8th.
I think it's the 8th too, yeah.
Gotcha. Because we have a meeting tomorrow, right?
And then there's another one in 2 weeks. And then I think that when the rules committee was doing the schedule, we decided to
The
move
17th.
it to July 8th because that was more like close to the middle, and we were concerned that people were taking the 4th
It's
of
the
July week. off.
It's the third Wednesday, is July 15th.
Oh, it's the same.
And then August has one meeting, August 5th. Okay, and then it's back to 2 a month.
So I think we should probably strive to bring this to the full council July 15th. What do you guys think?
Makes sense.
I'm okay with that. I just wanna let you know that I'm not July 1st to the 6th, I'm not gonna be around.
Okay.
And I know that that's potentially our next meeting. I don't know if you guys are open to moving it to the second Tuesday instead of the first, or wait for me. I'm gonna be gone 4th of July week. My daughter's birthday is July 1st. I'm gonna be gone
Yeah.
4th of July week, and I'll be back the 6th, or so I could meet the 7th. Oh, that is the first.
Yeah, I think
Tuesday.
it is the 7th. Our next meeting is July 7th.
Okay. Fine. I'm good. I'm good for that.
So then our next meeting is going to be on July 2nd, 7th. Sorry about my speech. Jonathan, you're like, oh my God, I can't stand this.
He's been sitting through finance meetings.
I'm just going through. My mind's bouncing back and
Oh, yeah.
forth.
So it's going to be on July 7th. We have a city council meeting on July 15th. So we could meet on July 7th, go through everything, and then present it to the full council with whatever our recommendation
Mhm.
is. Does that sound like a good plan?
And if amendments need to be done at council.
Yeah.
If we miss something.
Yeah,
We
exactly.
can make them then too.
Okay, perfect. So we would just need, I would need to submit the ordinance to Mary Ann by that Thursday after our meeting.
Is there anything that I can help you with? Because you've been doing a fine job on your own, but
I mean, if you feel like finding the full text of the bill that was
the
submitted,
Ride Safe Act.
I have it in front of me right now.
do you really?
Do you?
They're referring to them as Class 3 e-bikes, which is
Okay.
unfortunately not what I was hoping for.
So we're
'cause
going,
that's gonna be
we're going
confusing.
back. Okay. Well,
Maybe we
all that
can
work.
henceforth call them in our document Class 3 bikes instead of just e-bikes.
Yeah, I think that is a must for sure.
Yeah.
I think calling them just e-bikes would be
Terrible,
confusing
yeah.
and alarming to people.
Okay, so we're gonna change all of the things that say e-moto to Class 3 bikes.
Fine.
Or does it need to say e-bikes?
I don't think it'll matter. We,
Yeah,
you can put in our ordinance,
We
you
will.
can make the referencing to the state bill.
I mean, I kind of like, yeah. And I mean, I kind of like the way that you have it here, right? Where Class 1 electric bicycle, and then that could be the same for all three. Could even just put e-moto in parentheses just to say that's how
Oh, right.
If it shows up here, that's what we're referring to. Unless you want to say the whole phrase class 3 e-bike the whole way through, but I think the class 3 is the important part, regardless of what comes after it. And I'd say for what comes after it just feels consistency, I think, is what I care the most about. So if we're calling them class
So
1 and 2 electric bicycles, I would call it class 3 electric bicycles.
Okay. Right, so then this would have to be separated out, so it would be class 3.
If I can figure out how to open chat. That. Drop a link to the text from Bill in chat. Assuming that's the right link anyway.
Yeah. Do you want to just drop in, like, because I think we're allowed to work on this now together, right?
I think during the course of the meeting, yeah.
You want to just find where they have their definition and we just paste it in here, but we'll call them emotos in parentheses.
Okay, their cutoff is 28 miles an hour. Wow. That's too fast. I don't want to delete what you
They're
have.
saying it's up. They're saying, yeah, just plop the text underneath so we can see it, what it says.
Deleted part of that.
You just go from suggesting to editing. It's like, add it right, this little spot here.
Bear with me, it's been a hot minute since I've used these features.
Oh, you're here, great.
Oh, sorry I'm late. It's all good.
Sorry about the timing situation.
Right.
Okay, so we're going to pause this and we're going to move back to the other part of our agenda where we have our quarterly review of public safety departments. And welcome, Brian Griffin, right? Is it Griffin?
It's Griffin.
Okay. Thanks for coming.
Of course.
So basically we've just been inviting the different public safety departments to these meetings, about like once every 3 or 4 months to kind of give us an update on what's been going on, what feels pressing, what are some successes, or things that you could like to help with, sharing with residents.
Of course. So just a couple quick updates that I'm hoping you'll be able to help me with. This past winter, the health department tried out this proactive snow patrol. So 24 hours after every snowstorm, we would go out focusing on specific areas, businesses, schools, Main Street, Cottage Union, and just make sure that the sidewalks were clear and then cite those who had not had the sidewalks cleared. And I think the city ordinance is 12 hours, so give them 24 hours. I think it's reasonable after a snowfall.
Yeah.
We got about 60 violations, and then we sent them all warning letters. Seemed to be very effective.
Great.
With businesses, we're looking for perfection. With residential houses, we're looking for effort. That's all we're doing. And no, it seemed to work pretty well. And it was just more proactive. And like I said, focusing on the school areas and the main downtown areas, especially the businesses. The gas station was a bit difficult this past winter, just making sure that the sidewalks are clear. But yeah, so if that's something you guys want in the city ordinance, to include the health department in that, would be glad to do it. And just be a little proactive about it, as opposed to the police when they would get calls because they have a lot on their plate. I don't know if their best time use is responding to snow on sidewalks. But we're already out there. We're already driving around the city. So yeah, it's been pretty good.
That's really good to know because that was a big thing that came up for us in the winter. We had a lot of discussions with Chief Alexander, a lot of back and forth about the snow on the sidewalks, and it was a big thing for residents. And yes, he was saying that the police do take care of that. So I'm wondering, does he know that you guys did this?
No, we were just testing it out, seeing how it went. It was something that we did at my previous job. The health inspectors would do it, and just divide and conquer the whole city. Because we go out there with our tablets, take pictures of the violation, so we have the date and time that the sidewalk wasn't cleared. And then we'll send that violation letter, we'll attach the picture to it. And first one's a warning, and then we would start finding them, ideally.
And that feels sustainable to you guys.
Huh?
Oh, well, that's excellent news. Yes.
I mean, we're not hitting up the whole city, you're focusing on specific areas, like I said.
Yeah.
But what we found was a lot of people didn't know the ordinance.
Yeah.
And a lot of owners that don't live in Easthampton didn't realize that they had to have their sidewalks shoveled. And then once they learned that, the following storm or after that, it was done in a reasonable time.
Yeah, a couple follow-up questions. So you sent out about 60 letters initially. Of that 60, how many do you recall that you needed to follow up with, if any?
A decent portion. I would say less than half, though. I'd say maybe 20%. I mean, there's, like I said, there's a couple commercial buildings that were frequent flyers. And then, there are also some Easthampton residents that aren't physically able to shovel their sidewalk. Ideally would like to, if we had a outreach worker, work with the high school, get some type of snow angels program going. But we're not looking to make anyone's lives more difficult. So
Yes.
So I live right up here on Holyoke Street. I walk down Cottage Street all the time. And I was doing a similar thing, like taking photos of areas along Cottage Street and up through Holyoke Street. And first of all, I appreciate that you're doing this, because we brought it up with the police department, public works, not that they weren't receptive.
no, they're excellent. They just don't have the time or the ability to be proactive about it.
That's what I was gonna say, the fact that you're being so proactive. So I guess,
I think just for the residents, just knowing people are out there checking holds them accountable.
right, and I know a couple businesses on Cottage, like, it would be like clear, and they'd be like a little,
Then you have the ice, right?
yeah, then
The
you have
city
the
ordinance,
ice.
I'm pretty sure it says you have to put sand or salt
Yeah,
down
it
for the
does.
ice.
24 hour, yeah.
12 hours, yeah.
Is it 12 hours or 24?
It's 12 in the city ordinance, I believe, but we give them 24 because
Okay.
12 doesn't seem too
Yeah.
reasonable to me.
Right. It starts.
And it's right, and then that's from when the last snow
That
falls.
smells like-
Yeah, if it stops snowing at like 8 o'clock at night, yeah, I get it.
Right.
But from my understanding, businesses are people that are located in walkways, like crosswalks. Just doing your portion of the sidewalk, maybe like, let's say you live on a corner,
Mhm.
and yeah, this is an experience up on Holyoke Street, whereas they shoveled around the corner, but did not clear that goes to the crosswalk across the street. That's on the owner that's abutting or adjacent to the crosswalk, to make sure there's enough space to walk through the crosswalk. And I'm gonna even say on Cottage Street, where
Yeah.
the Brass Cat crosswalk is,
Mhm.
I also noticed that, yes, I know the plows come through and they throw the snow back on it, but it wasn't just
Mhm.
a one-time thing. It was like days later, nobody could get across that crosswalk because it was just a snowbank. I'm assuming the businesses that are abutting where the snowbank is, I'm not sure who's there. Is it Mission Taco? I'm not sure.
Mhm.
But essentially,
Or it might have been Pita Pockets when they no longer what were
they
there.
don't have a crosswalk right
Oh,
there.
okay.
I know one is in front of Platypus and the nail place. That's one. In fact, I sometimes shovel Platypus, so I do that one. But there's another one up, I think it's by Mission Taco or
Like where the
right
comic
next
shop
to it.
is.
Yeah. The one with Brass Cat goes across. This side couldn't get through and stuff like that, but just, I guess my question, or correct me if I'm wrong, but they're responsible for clearing enough room to get onto the crosswalk, correct?
Yes.
Yes? Yeah,
I would have to double check. I would have to double check.
this is the city's
Because
responsibility.
I think, I know in some cities, the city's responsible for the crosswalk itself and that little part, and you're responsible for just walking straight down the sidewalk.
Okay,
Yeah, I could ask, Director Nelman and see. Because that'd be something great to know if we are to go out and we see that the crosswalk isn't cleared. Because ideally, we're looking for everything to be ADA accessible,
Yeah.
stroller accessible.
Yeah.
You know, the shopping cart accessible.
especially the main sidewalks, against the main roads.
Do you go up like near Biggie's?
Yep.
And like, do you go to Pleasant Street, the like
Mhm.
mill buildings?
Yep.
'Cause
We've gone
that was a
we've gone to
big-
Pleasant Street. We've actually,
a big
one of our
project.
inspectors love going up and down those, side streets there by the park, right across from, the factory. So a lot of sidewalks there.
And a lot of, yeah, that's good, that's good. A lot of apartment buildings too.
And just for people who are concerned to know, if it is a multifamily home that's rented out, the sidewalk's the owner's responsibility.
Of the home, yeah.
Mhm.
And so the apartment buildings also, I know that was something that the tenants were saying. You're also like in contact with apartment owners who are not taking care of their plowing and shoveling, right?
That's the next thing I want to talk to you about. Perfect segue.
Wait, Jonathan, did you have a question?
Kind of. I wanted to I mean, next time we dive into the traffic rules, I think we could easily probably find something about the cutouts and whose responsibility that is. It's probably in there
I think it's in
somewhere.
the traffic rules or in the regular ordinance.
Uh,
Snow removal. I don't think we have snow removal in our.
Yes.
Okay, it is. Gotcha. Well, anyway, we can look into that. I did want to ask one other thing real quick, Brian, before moving on. Did I hear you right that there's a volunteer supported snow patrol? Or was it all kind of within your department?
It was all within our department. Each inspector they wouldn't spend the whole day. They'd spend probably about an hour, day after a snowstorm, they'd mark it off in their schedule, go out in a car, take pictures. And like I said, focusing on schools, main roads, businesses.
Thank you.
Alright, and just one more thing I have for you. I've been waiting for you guys to call me. So this is a proposed regulation. This would be a residential, non-owner occupied, required registration. Right now, at the health department, we don't have any owner's information. So if there's an occupant who calls us and they have no heat, we go, we inspect, we have our correction order. We have to mail it to the owner. And then the correction order isn't enforceable until the owner receives it. So if we were to have a city ordinance that stated that all property owners of residential properties that do not live on the property have to register yearly with the Board of Health, have their contact information, property manager information, email, phone, it would assist the occupants in Easthampton.
Okay.
That includes like an emergency contact.
Exactly what it would include. There is a housing code regulation that if an owner doesn't live on the property, they have to have their name, contact information posted on the building. A lot of times they don't have it. And yeah, so our way to reach them is to hopefully we have the right address on file when we look it up online, send them a letter in the mail and hope they receive it.
Have you been sending them violations of not having it posted?
Mhm.
And
Yep.
have you been getting any response from them?
Yeah, no, we got a lot of usually because we get called out and we see that,
Yeah.
we'll always cite that.
Good, good.
But if we never get called out until they lose power or they lose heat
Yeah.
or there's, a water leak. Yeah, I think it would be huge just for us to have emergency contacts on file. And then, especially when houses get foreclosed on, there's one house right now that has gotten foreclosed on. There's some bank involved in Pennsylvania, haven't been able to contact them at all. There's a bunch of debris throughout the yard. It's their responsibility to take care of. We have no way to get in contact with them. So what this would allow us to do is they would have a certain number of days to register for a property that got foreclosed on. If not, we could start fining them.
So you're looking to have an ordinance added.
I'm sorry?
Is that we? I know you just said this, but you're requesting that you put an action request for an ordinance, something along this line.
Yep, so they're very close to this. I already had the city attorney look it over. I wanted to do it as a board of health regulation, but he said, because if I put the health department, fire chief, building commissioner on here that could enforce this, it couldn't be a board of health regulation, and it'd make more sense to be a city ordinance.
Okay.
But everything in red is his suggestions, his updates, and then this would be the registration form or something similar to this that they would fill out.
Mhm.
I'm more than willing to discuss the fee, but just for the clerk filing, I thought something reasonable would be $15 for the first property,
Mhm.
and then $5 for any additional property, just as a yearly registration. And then if you don't register, and you don't update your registration by the start of the next year, you would receive a fine.
Okay.
If you send me the document without the red, like updated document, I can put it in an action request for that. And then I don't know whether it would be sent to public safety first and then ordinance, or just straight to ordinance. So we would have to find that out.
I
at the
don't know.
meeting.
I don't know either.
I suppose that would kind of be up to the council at the
That's what I
time.
mean, yeah. So I don't know whether. it
We
would
can
be
always
straight to
discuss it. more.
Yeah, I'm just saying to Ryan, so he knows. But I think this is a great idea to put forward, Jonathan.
Quick question. So I'm just noticing we've got this part in the back that's, is it occupied or not? So let's say it said no, but then during the course of the year, they had a tenant move in, would they then need to sort of resubmit this at that time, or would that just be updated kind of the next time they renew their registration? Does that make sense?
That makes sense. I would say ideally next time they renew the registration.
Of course, this would not include somebody with like a duplex, because they would be kind of on the property. They'd be living on the property, just not in that.
As long as they were living on the property, if it was a two-family home, they live on the left side, they rent on the right side, does not count. Because, if there was an emergency, they'd be there to respond. This is just for owners that do not live at that property as their primary address.
Thank you for this work.
Yeah, well,
I think
I
this is
I
really
appreciate the help, because I have these, but I just need city council to hopefully
Oh, yes.
agree to them. Yeah.
I'm happy to put that forward.
Cool.
And then we'll see which committee it gets into. It'll definitely have to go through ordinance eventually, I think. Yes, it will. But the question is just whether it comes to us first with our us endorsing it. But I'm happy to put it through as a counselor.
Cool. Do you want me to email it to you or just email it to
Yeah.
everyone?
Email it to me, and then one
Email
of
it to
you
you.
two can
We
be
can
on it
both
too.
be on it.
Are
long-
the three of us allowed to be on it together? I don't.
Yeah,
know.
because,
Even though
it's
we're on the
fine.
same
No,
Yeah,
it's,
I can BCC it.
it can,
No, I mean on the.
as long as it's not quorum as full city council. It can be up to 4 councilors. It does not matter which committees they sit on.
Great, so email it to the three of us, I'll submit it, put our names on it as sponsors, and then we'll probably, we'll call you for a hearing and all that kind of stuff.
Cool,
when
that'd be
time
awesome.
comes. But first, it has to go to city council, and we have to decide then where it gets in.
Cool.
So we'll work on that, not for tomorrow, obviously,
Yeah.
but for our next
understand.
meeting.
Perfect.
I would even push it off until
Okay, so
July.
I will put
Yeah,
non.
I mean, ideally, as long as we get this before next January 1st,
Okay.
because the registration would be every single year, calendar year.
Great. Okay.
Cool.
Thank you.
Any other
An
questions?
ordinance will be able to discuss it and shoot it back.
Yeah, I'm sure. I hope it goes a little better than the short-term rentals, but we'll see.
Well, it looks like you did like almost all of
Yeah,
them
I
already,
know.
so. Like,
And it's great that you already had the city attorney look at it. It's really smart.
is there anything you'd like to add? Anything? I mean, I know that,
In regards to what?
I don't know that,
I mean,
I don't know, the health department. I don't
like, are you
know.
facing any problems that you'd like to talk to us about, or any like concerns that you want to report on, or
I can think
any
of
more
two things I've heard
successes?
about in other meetings.
Then you-
Just a couple concerns, if you could assist with, holding property owners accountable. If we could have some type of 40U fines that the health department would be able to issue, that would, roll over onto their taxes if they didn't pay them. Because right now, our only option is to take the property owner to court or have the occupant take the property owner to court.
Oh, so right now there's no fines.
Oh, no, there are fines, but if they're not paid, they don't roll anywhere.
Oh, they can just ignore them.
You got it. And we could, with our city attorney, take them to court to recoup those fines. That's additional costs.
Yeah.
So ideally, there's a way to do it, via MGL 40U that would, allow health department to fine for certain non-compliance things. I know sidewalks is one of them, and I also think, housing violations would be one too.
If you can send us the specific MGL,
Uh-huh.
then we can look at that closely and see about putting in an action request
Okay.
for that to be included in our charter.
Would it make sense to make it within the same action request as this, or no? No, right?
It already is.
It already is.
Put the
Oh,
MGL
that's in here.
Yeah, and, as how we would fine.
Is how you would
Issue
put
fines.
teeth into it.
Mhm.
I think that
Oh,
may
okay,
need
yeah,
to
yeah,
be
you're-
separated.
But
Only
ordinance.
because, I'll talk to Connie, but,
Yeah, that
Thought
might
process-
need a city council vote or something.
well, I think that's gonna need a charter, like, we have to, not charter, but we have to adopt the
Mm.
MGL 40 before we can then put it as our enforcement thing. So it's like a separate thing to adopt a new MGL.
That makes sense, yeah.
It's not charter, but you know what I mean, like, we have to,
Mhm.
the local option kind of, one of those.
But yeah, that would be a huge help for us to hold these landlords accountable without, having to escalate it to court.
So then we can submit the two of them at the same time, right, of a proposal to adopt MGL 40. And then also write a proposal for this
Mhm.
ordinance edition. I think it needs to be two different
Yeah.
proposals.
I would agree with that. And I think the adoption of MGL 40, that could be a really straightforward action request.
Yes, exactly. And then we would have you come and we would,
We would need a hearing for that.
Yeah, need to go for that. So two public hearings
Cool.
probably can be done on the same night. But probably like later on.
Sounds good?
All right, awesome. Get to work on this. Thank you so much for taking
course.
initiative, especially with the sidewalk stuff.
Yeah.
That's really awesome.
Awesome. Thank you so
Yeah.
much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Are you guys gonna be at the high school?
Yeah, we're ready to finish that floor.
I'll see you there.
Okay, so, given our time and given that we do want to get over to the high school, I will take a motion to adjourn, to continue our work on the e-bike regulation.
And our next meeting will be July 7th.
Yes.
All right, move to adjourn.
Second.
All in favor?
This government meeting is brought to you by Eastworks and our local cable subscribers.